line that's off the back of the rim. Roncalli's all over the board as Lauk flips to Linge. Pass ahead to Felmuth. He handles far side. Gets to Donahue curling off a screen. Donahue facing up on Stone. Bounce to Leffler. Spot up, corner, long two. Got it, foot on the line, but Aiden knocks down the 19-footer. It's a 5-0 Roncalli run to start this ball game.
Fantastic start for Roncalli so far. We look lively on the ball, wanting to force those turnovers, lively on the boards as well. If we can keep up that intensity, it's something that could benefit us very well in this game.
Tracy gets into the lane and puts it up and in for the first two for the Hawks. But we've seen, at least in the first 3 minutes defensively, Connor, Roncalli holding to what Michael Wantz said, that they want somebody other than Tracy and Smith to beat them tonight.
It's definitely something, because whenever Tracy gets the ball, Roncalli's immediately on him to try and force him to give up the ball and have somebody else in the team put points on the board.
And Donahue hits a runner in the lane for Roncalli. The lead is back up to 5, 7-2. First bucket of the afternoon for Donahue. High screen set by Red. Gary dribbles behind it in the corner. Stone sets for three. That's off the rim. Lauk screens Red away for the rebound. He waits for the traffic to clear and hands to Linge. Up the floor, Donahue tight ropes the sideline. Pull up, baseline jumper is long. And Red with a nice rebound to take it away from Felmuth and Leffler. Up the floor, Price got behind the defense and put it up and in on a nice pass ahead by Gary. Price his first two. Halfway through the first quarter, and Gary's fouled in the back, or fouls Linge in the backcourt. That's Gary's first foul and the team's third. Sub at the table, Casey Berry, number 20 for those of you watching along. He steps in, the 5'11 freshman. And also number 24, Keelan Dyson is in, 5'11 junior. So already 3 subs into the game for Decatur Central. Roncalli has yet to substitute. 7-4 our score. Roncalli up 3. Linge, left arc, Leffler facing up. Pass into Lauk, turn and flip it up and in. He had Red sealed, and Felmuth delivered the pass, and Lauk flipped it in for 2.
Great pass and a fantastic use of strength by Lauk to get his defender off of him so he can get that easy layup.
Dyson, his first touch, bounces into Price, he's doubled. Now he gives to the freshman Berry running down the lane, missed the 10-footer. Ball's loose on the floor, and Leffler's got it.
So far we've seen Decatur try to get into the paint, but Roncalli's been able to clog that paint up more and try and force them to shoot those threes. But right now, Decatur's not one to take them, but will take bad shots in the paint too.
Contested shots, absolutely.
Yeah.
Gary hand checks Linge down the baseline. Carson misses the flip shot. Lauk grabs the rebound, and I think, oh, they got Trevor on the foul. On the rebound against Red. That's his first, team second. Matthew Babb steps in, and Lauk takes a seat. Good first stint for Trevor in his first start. Babb is on, the 6'3 senior. And Brandon Smith is back in for Decatur Central. 3:05 to go here in the first quarter. Roncalli up 9-4. Tracy gives to Dyson off a screen. Top of the key. Back to Tracy in the corner. Puts up a 3. That's good. Javon Tracy hits the 3. He has 5. He's hit 15 3-pointers on the year. Nobody else on Decatur's roster has hit more than 3. So if they have a 3-point threat, it's Tracy. Linge goes behind the back with the dribble. Now picks it up, needs help, finds Donahue. He tees up a 3. That's long off the back of the rim, and Tracy up over everybody to get the rebound. He's in a hurry into the forecourt. Dyson gives it back to him in the corner. Berry. In the corner, Dyson thought about a 3, back to Berry. Trying to find Smith in the post. Leffler down there banging with him. Elbow jumper is up by Price. It's an air ball. Rebounded by Berry, though, and the possession continues for the Hawks. 2:05 to go in the quarter. Tracy leaves it at the arc for Berry. Back to Tracy, played by Felmuth on the far sideline. High screen set by Smith. They didn't see it on the roll. Cross-court pass to Berry. Puts up a 3 over Donahue. That's an air ball. And Babb's thrown to the floor on the rebound attempt. On the save, though, Price stepped on the baseline. Sure looked like Price just grabbed Babb and threw him on the deck.
Long possession for Decatur there.
It was a long possession. And I think those 2 offensive rebounds they got on that possession were their first 2 of the game. I believe every other trip they've had has been one-shot trips, which Roncalli will take defensively. Donahue in the congestion, leaves it left arc for Leffler. Linge, pressured out top. Donahue curls, cut off, gives to Leffler for a spot up 3. In and out. Boy, that was in the cylinder and then spun out. Smith clears for the Hawks. They come the other way, down 2. Bounce in low. Babb overplaying the post. Anticipates and steals the pass intended for Smith. Pass ahead to Donahue on the wing. He waits. Finds Felmuth. Top of the key 3 off the front of the rim. Linge one-hands the rebound into traffic and takes it back out. Donahue. Babb's all by himself under the bucket, and Donahue finds him. Matthew Babb, his first 2. Well, that's modern basketball, Connor, because teams are so conditioned to find three-point shooters on offensive rebounds. Everybody for Decatur ran to the arc.
We're playing like the game used to be, because now all it's about is getting those three-point shots, but sometimes playing old school is one of the best ways to play.
Yep, Babb was wide open under the basket. Looks like Decatur wants to hold for one shot here as the quarter winds down. 25 seconds to go in the period. Tracy splits a double team. Swings it over on the wing. Open 3 on the way is Long. Rebound is tipped and knocked free. Leffler has it, scoops ahead to Felmuth, leaking out. He goes to the bucket, lays it in with the right hand. On the hit ahead. Still time for the Hawks, though. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Barry into the forecourt with 8. Down the lane. Pass stolen away. Donahue's got it in the forecourt. Up the right side with Smith in pursuit. Put it up, put it in to beat the buzzer, and that will do it. So a final minute flurry. Roncalli a 6-0 run to close out the quarter. And as a result, the Royals take their biggest lead of the game, 8, 15-7 into period number 2. Stay tuned. We'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back. It's Roncalli basketball in the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Roncalli High School is the Archdiocesan Catholic high school on the south side. The school is named Roncalli in honor of Cardinal Angelo Roncalli, who upon being elected Pope by the College of Cardinals in 1958, took the name of Pope John XXIII. Blessed Pope John was canonized a saint on April 27, 2014, and is now known as St. John XXIII. Roncalli High School, preparation for life.
Back with you as we roll on to quarter number 2. Roncalli leads Decatur Central 15-7. Anthony Donahue with 5 points to pace Roncalli. 5 points for Javon Tracy to lead Decatur Central. Set the lineup for you. It's Roncalli ball to start the period. Decatur Central breaks the huddle with Tracy, Gary, Stone, Red, and Smith. Its original starting 5. Roncalli, meanwhile, with Donahue, Babb, Leffler, and Caden Gore has stepped in for the first time today, the 5'11 junior. He handles out front. Luke Kegris also into the game. Number 34, the 6'4 sophomore. Donahue, elbow jumper, pull up, and it rolled off. Rebound, Leffler had it, lost it, and it's cleared out by Smith. Gary on the wing. Roncalli trying to settle up defensively, and the cross-court pass over the defense is over the head of Stone into the first row.
In that first quarter, the thing I think I liked the most about Roncalli is how active we were on and off the ball, and we were able to find shots in the paint that were wide open, and that just takes to take a second look and find those open players.
And Roncalli did not make a 3 in that first quarter. Got to the rim, shot 4 free throws, made 3. Donahue, he tees up a 3. Bang! He got it behind the screen. Donahue's first 3 of the ball game. First one for Roncalli, and the lead is 11, 18-7. Roncalli's girls leading 43-37 at halftime at Martinsville. Keep you updated on that. Tracy at the right arc. Looking for Red in deep, posting against Babb. No pass there. Stone, left side to Gary. Lauk wrestling down the left block with Smith as Tracy handles out front. Gary on the left wing. Back to Tracy, looking inside. Stone pops out, pump fakes a 3 on Kegris. Gary gives to Red. He can't find any space against Babb. Good defense by Roncalli here. Tracy drives, leaves for Gary. He spins on Kegris, lost the handle. finds Smith. No space there. Stone runs into a three, and it's off the back of the rim, and the rebound loose on the floor. Kegris has it. So a good stop by Roncalli, playing defense for over a minute there. Donahue gives to Babb, top of the circle. He waits. Finds Donahue off a screen, fakes a three. Down to the baseline, too much traffic. Gives to Gore, he resets. Lauk pops out top of the circle, finds Donahue curling. In the lane to Kegris. Back to Lauk. Babb in the left corner. Kegris tries a three. Off the back of the rim. Lauk has the rebound, wrestles it away, and he's fouled. Just too strong under the rim, Trevor Lauk, and he heads to the line for two.
Lauk's been very active on the boards. I don't know how many rebounds he's had so far, but he's definitely been that key to continuing to get second chance points and not allowing Decatur to get any more points or offensive rebounds.
Well, and a lot of that, too, is the anticipation on the offensive end, knowing where that missed shot's going to come off. Price is back in. Gary, Red, and Stone depart. Lauk hits both free throws. The lead is 13, 20-7. Tracy stays in, as does Smith. Elijah Linden is in, a 6'3" senior, as is Shaiku Diallo, number 21, who's out there at the timeline. Tracy holds. Roncalli in a really packing the paint, as Connor pointed out. Tracy heaves up a long three. That's good. Well, that was out by the volleyball line. Oh, my. That stops what was an 11-0 Roncalli run. 20-10 the score. 5:24 left, half number one. Gore operates high right. Lauk up to set a screen for him. Donahue pops out top of the key. Diallo plays him aggressively. Babb sets a screen. Donahue thought about three. Now Lauk swings through, and a charge is called. Lauk swung through, and Smith popped his head back and yelled, and the referees fell for it. There was no contact there. You know there was no contact because Smith was laughing hysterically after the foul was called.
When I saw it, I was wondering if there was any contact or not. It didn't seem like a natural,
no,
as if you had contact in the face or anything, but sometimes they'll fall for it.
Lauk checks in, or checks out rather, I should say, and Michael Hegwood's on for the first time, the 6'3" junior. Thomas Felmuth is also in. He replaced Donahue. Diallo picked up his dribble over to Linden. Linden out front. Tracy off a screen. He has 8 of Decatur's 10. Now an offensive foul called on Smith. He pushed off to get position on that catch. That's the first foul on Smith, but the 5th on Decatur Central. Subs back into the game for Decatur Central. Dyson's back in, and Smith has a seat. Carson Lynch is back in for Gore. Well, full court pressure by Decatur Central. And as soon as it's inbounded, the Hawks retreat except for Diallo, who plays Lynch out front. Handoff to Felmuth. Tracy trailing. Now Kegris lost the handle, and it called for a double dribble. Kegris thought he still had his dribble, that the ball was poked free by the defender, but Sean Harmon disagreed. 20-10 our score. 4.5 minutes to go first half. Roncalli has led throughout. Diallo out between the circles. Look for Tracy, might have gotten away with a walk. Tracy drives to the corner against Lynch, cut off. Takes it back out, still has the dribble working. Devon Tracy has a 31-point game to his credit. He scored 31 against Martinsville last month. Now another high screen set for him. He drives on Lynch, put up high off the backboard, too strong, and Kegris taps the rebound to himself. Good defense by Lynch. He crosses up Tracy. Hands to Felmuth. Thomas dribbles into a 17-footer that's too strong. Rebound one-handed by Linden. 3-on-2. Linden pull-up runner over Kegris is way off, and the rebound grab by Felmuth. Michael Wantz wants a timeout. 30-second timeout called. We'll stay right here. 3:39 to go first half. Roncalli leads on the Beck scoreboard 20-10.
To ensure vibrant and long-lasting life, Jockish flowers are always freshly cut and chilled. They consistently offer quality and beauty in each hand-picked arrangement that leaves their shop. Visit them at 2636 Southeast Street or call 784-1614 to order your arrangement today. That's our friends at Jockish Flowers.
Well, that's Connor Mahoney. I'm Rob Brown. Pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Saturday afternoon with us. Hope your weekend's off to a great start. Stefan Welsh, our producer today on the video side. Happy to have Justin Brown joining the team. He's our director today. Hannah Taylor's on the camera. It's a mandatory that we have at least one Taylor involved in every broadcast, and we're happy to do it. Roncalli ball out of the timeout. Falmouth's trap finds Lynch. Decatur Central trapping here in the half court. Lynch is played by Price. He spins, finds Donahue on a nice back cut, and he puts it up and in over the outstretched hand of Tracy. Donahue into double figures with 10.
What a great pass by Carson Lynch, able to open up the space and for Donahue to make that cut inside and get a strong layup through, I would say, a little bit of contact.
Diallo cut off at the foul line, dribble handoff to Tracy. He finds Price on the baseline. He put it up no, and a nice block out rebound by Donahue. Brings it in the forecourt himself, gives to Falmouth in the right corner. He takes it in the lane in traffic, lost the handle. Loose ball on the floor, and Tracy takes it out of there before a jump ball is called. Tracy gives to Price. He's through the lane, picked up his dribble at the elbow and needs help. Now he gives to Tracy out at the jump circle. 2.5 minutes to go, first half. Roncalli's up 12. Dribble handoff at the top, Linden has it. Gives to Tracy, 3 over Donahue is way off. Rebounded by Falmouth. 3 on 4, no numbers for the Royals, so they wait. Falmouth tried to throw it to Babb on a back cut, and the pass is errant. Decatur takes it the other way and calls timeout before they rush into the forecourt. 30-second timeout will stay here. 2:14 to go first half. Roncalli leads on the Beck Service Center scoreboard, 22-10.
Trouble with your phones or computers? Considering video surveillance? Contact Indy Teledata. They provide technology solutions to local businesses and organizations, including Roncalli High School. Indy Teledata is a proud supporter of Roncalli Athletics and Fine Arts. For complete details, visit them at indyteledata.com.
Well, earlier today, this is the final game of a triple header. The freshman team for Roncalli winning easily 48-10. Improved their record to 7-2, and the JV team pulled away from a 2-point lead at halftime to win by 10, 43-33. JV team now 8-1, so the varsity trying to complete a 3-game sweep today. Hawks ball out of the timeout. Gary's back in the game. He handles the point for Decatur Central out of the timeout. Look for Tracy on a back cut. Tracy put it up over the outstretched arm of Hegwood. Ball tapped to the corner, and the rebound is saved off the leg of Luke Aller, who's into the game. Stays with Decatur Central. Aller 5'9", the senior, number 11 on your screen for those of you watching along with us. Freshman Barry handles, gives to Gary. Tracy has played the entire game, number 2 for Decatur Central, and he has 8 of the Hawks' 10 points. And Gary and Tracy on a dribble handoff collide, and a foul called as Ken Washam determining that Carson Lynch caused that collision. So Lynch takes the foul, his first and the team's 4th. Both teams with fouls to give here in the final 147. Roncalli with 14 fouls, Decatur with 5. Gary topside. And the pass to Smith is knocked free, but Smith gets it back at the arc. Now Smith gives to Gary. Looks at the three-pointer against Donahue, drives to the corner. Gives to Price at the foul line. Price picked up his dribble in a bad spot. Gives back to Barry on the wing. Price in the lane. Out to Gary, fakes 3. He's cut off, steps through, and a travel called by Ken Washam. Traveling the call. Leffler's back in for Hegwood for Roncalli. This might be, and I know Decatur's only scored 10 points here, Connor, but above and beyond that, this is the most impressive half of defense Roncalli's played all year.
Well, yeah, the Royals are doing fantastic at staying strong defensively, staying smart, and ultimately closing down any time that Decatur might try to find an open shot in the paint or from behind the arc.
And a twisting drive by Lynch at the other end. He gets to the rim and lays it in. And the lead is 14, biggest of the afternoon for the Royals.
Lynch's speed has continued to cause problems for Decatur. He's been able to open up the defense and find those open lanes to get those layups.
Well, there's no help at the rim because they've got to honor the shooters in the corners. Smith puts up a three. Roncalli will take that shot all day. Leffler grabs the rebound. Here comes Donahue. 35 seconds to go in the half. Michael Wantz says if we're going to shoot, get a good one. Otherwise, he wants to play for one. Donahue, bounce to Lynch, down the baseline. Feeds for Babb, out to Donahue. He fakes three and holds. Now Donahue threw a pass to Lynch, and Babb was also there. Babb put his hand up thinking it was from him, and it's knocked away and stolen. Ball loose on the floor. Tracy, pass loose. Price stumbling through the lane, finds Smith for a spot up. It's in and out. Donahue rebounds, 6 seconds to go. There's time. Donahue up the wing, dumps it off. It's knocked off the inline with 1.5 seconds left, and it stays with Roncalli. Boy, Donahue and Tracy collided at the bucket. I'm surprised there was not a call there. They no-called it.
I wouldn't have been surprised if it was a blocking foul or an offensive foul, one of the two.
Could have gone either way. Trevor Lauk is in for the final second and a half here. See if they lob one at the rim for him. Lynch finds Aller cutting back door, and the shot blocked out of bounds by Barry. Still a half second left, however. And Roncalli tries it again. This time you've got to throw a lob at the rim. It's got to be a tip with a half a second. Lynch to Lauk. The catch, the finish. It trickled off. It would have counted, but it rolled off from 8 feet. That's a good play and a good look. Lauk is unable to get the roll, but it's a strong first half for Roncalli, holding Decatur Central to only 10 points in the first half. It's a 24-10 Royals lead as we head to the break. We're going to step out for 60 seconds. When we come back, we'll have the Beck Service Center halftime show. It's next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Learn more at orthoindy.com/sportsmedicine.
Rob Brown, Connor Mahoney back with you. 24-10, our score at the break. Roncalli leads Decatur Central. Let's take a look at how the first half unfolded. Roncalli never trailed in that first 16 minutes. Began the game on a 5-0 run and closed the quarter on a 6-0 run. Those 6 points all coming in the final minute of the period. It was 15-7 Roncalli after one. Second quarter, Roncalli scored the first 5 points of the period. Decatur Central's only field goal in the quarter came on a Javon Tracy 3 at the 5:24 mark. The Hawks went scoreless over the final 5:23. After that Tracy triple, Roncalli scored 4 more points to outscore Decatur Central 9-3. But Roncalli holding Decatur Central to a season opponent low 10 points in the first half. It's a 14-point lead. Anthony Donahue has 10 points to lead all scorers. Javon Tracy has 8 points for Decatur Central. And I don't know at times, Connor, that Roncalli's offense was, I would say, above average, but the defense was an A+ in that first half.
Defense was definitely an A+, especially in that second quarter. You said the only points that Tracy got, Decatur got was from Tracy's deep three, and other than that, Roncalli closed down any time Decatur looked at even having a shot, and then as you talked about with offensively, I would say Roncalli played fairly well on offensive-wise. Nothing, they weren't stagnant really at any points. They looked to find the open man and find the easy shot and find one that was a good shot.
Well, and I think that's a great point, and you said it much better than I did, in that it's not like Roncalli's offense was mediocre in that first half. The point total was low, but I think that's more due to the fact that Roncalli was patient and looked for better shots. I can't think of more than one or two possessions where Roncalli took a bad shot in that first half, and that's probably the biggest positive for Roncalli offensively in that first half.
It's something to take into positives, as you just said, and I feel turnover-wise, we've have taken care of the ball for fairly well this entire game, and one of them came after fantastic ball movement. It was just a bit of a miscommunication by the team, but so far it hasn't been a lack of energy, lack of confidence, and so far both confidence and energy has been there for Roncalli at this first half.
And as a result, the Royals lead 24-10 at the break over Decatur Central. We'll take our first break here on the halftime show. When we come back, we will have all of today's first half numbers. Connor's got those when we return in 2 minutes on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Steve's Flowers and Gifts.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
I work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America. I work out every day.
And we're back with the halftime report on the score lines for both the Roncalli Royals and Decatur Central Hawks. First for the visitors, Tracy led all of Decatur with 8 points, and then the other scorer for Decatur was Price with 2 points. Decatur went and shot from the three-point line, making 2 of those, and have not been to the line at all. And for the Roncalli Royals, Donahue leads all scorers with 10 points, Lynch with 2 points, Felmuth with 4 points, Leffler with 2 points, Babb with 2 points, and Lauk with 4 points. Roncalli made 1 3-point shot in the first half by Anthony Donahue and went 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
And that's where we end up, 24-10, our halftime score. Roncalli with a 14-point lead, its biggest of the afternoon. We'll step out for another 2-minute break, the final one here on the Beck Service Center halftime show. When we come back, third quarter around the bend next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
McDonald's proudly introduces the new fresh beef quarter pounder burgers. Each one of our quarter pounder with cheese, double quarter pounder with cheese, and signature crafted recipe burgers is made with 100% fresh beef from North America and cooked right when you order it. It's hotter, juicier, and full of flavor. So good, they'll have you speechless. Visit us today across from the Greenwood Park Mall or at 7911 US 31 South, just north of Stop 11.
Every day.
going to school, Chad.
Oh, hold up, Brad. We need to put our masks on.
Good idea.
Now let's go.
Don't be like Brad and Chad. Make sure you wear your mask over your nose and your mouth to prevent the spread of COVID. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus for more information.
Rod Brown, Connor Mahoney back with you. Sent to St. Vincent Gymnasium. Roncalli leads Decatur Central 24-10. Just about set to start the second half. Thank you so much for taking part of your Saturday to spend with us. We do appreciate it. Our guy Chris Strakowski, Roncalli special teams coach of the state champion Roncalli football team. He's watching this afternoon in the parking lot of the Ice Cube in Hammond, watching his son Austin in the South Stars in a travel hockey game. 3 games this weekend, so we appreciate Coach Strakowski checking in from up in Northwest Indiana today. Roncalli girls basketball team down in Martinsville taking a 10-point lead in the final quarter. It's been a strong effort for Tim Gray's team thus far. We've had our eye on it off and on throughout the afternoon. I don't think they've trailed, Connor, throughout this game. They jumped out to an early 9-0 lead. Decatur Central ball to start the second half, moving toward its bench right to left from our vantage point. Each team with its original starting 5 on the floor. For Decatur, that means Tracy, Gary, Stone, Red, and Smith for Roncalli. Back door pass to Tracy. He was cut off and missed the flip shot over the outstretched hand of Lynch. So John Ashworth got a good play drawn up in the halftime break, but Decatur Central can't finish the shot. Donahue, Leffler, Lynch, Lauk, and Felmuth, the 5 on the floor for Roncalli. Leffler out between the circles. Hands to Felmuth. Finds Leffler underneath the bucket. Gets to Donahue, around the horn to Lynch. He finds Donahue with a nice back cut, and he lays it in. That's great ball movement. All 5 players touched it multiple times on that possession, and it ends in a Donahue layup.
Roncalli's back at it again with their awesome ball movement, which we saw in that first half, is something that they've been continuing to break down Decatur's defense with.
7:05 left, early stages, third quarter. Roncalli leads by 16. Tracy to Stone, right angle. Red pops out, free throw line jumper, kicks up and in. Boy, hit the back of the rim and died and fell through. Friendly roll for Red, his first 2. He averages a point and a half, the senior. 26-12. Felmuth with Tracy up tight, gets some space to the foul line. Pull up from 12 is short. Rebound knocked free, Red's got it. Tracy jogs the dribble into the forecourt. Roncalli hustling back defensively. Gary down the baseline, picks up his dribble, back out top to Tracy. Tracy takes his time, looking for Smith. No passing angle in the post. Gary's down the baseline. He's doubled underneath the basket. Swings it back out to Stone. He gets a running start down the lane and draws a blocking foul on Felmuth that results in a 2-shot foul. Felmuth's foul, his first and the team's first. Cannon Stone, 6'1" senior, averaging 4.5 points, 67% free throw shooter. First one up, it rolls off. He's the first free throw attempts of the afternoon for Decatur Central. 26-12, Roncalli on top. Second one up, that one rolls good. First point for Stone. 26-13, little 3-quarter pressure, and then Decatur Central backs away. Gary harasses Lynch up the floor. Bounce to Lauk at the foul line, turn and face. Floats a pass right side to Lynch, back to Lauk in the post. The pass is not on the money and off the end line. And Lynch threw that pass before Trevor had set up shop in the block. And it goes back to Decatur Central on the turnover. Roncalli up 13. or Gary rather, finds Stone. Gives to Smith at the foul line. He drives, runs Lauk over, and what's the call?
I think they're calling a blocking foul.
Blocking foul on Lauk. No, they called the foul on Felmuth, who stuck a hand in as Smith went by. Second on Felmuth and the team's second. But if the officials, Connor, thought that Felmuth fouled Smith as he went by, the fact that Trevor Lauk was in a charged guarding position doesn't matter because the foul occurred before the contact.
It would have been a big key decision for the referees to decide if whether or not that would have been a charge by Decatur, but in the end, they didn't have to worry about making that decision since the foul occurred before.
Smith misses both the free throws. The outlet ahead. Lynch gets to the rim, and his shot's blocked, but rebounded by Leffler. Kick out three for Donahue is missed, and Tracy watched it go off the inline, out of bounds.
Surprised not to see that go, and he's been hot the entire game.
Yeah, he had time to set his feet. Donahue has a game-high 12, and the lead is 13. 5:25 to go, third quarter. Roncalli on top, 26-13. Red under the bucket, and a pass forced inside. It deflected off his hand, out of bounds. Lynch was there to distract it. Well, you saw that play. Tracy came to the corner, and Roncalli sent two defenders with him.
Well, it was a great job by Roncalli to close it out, and then for Lynch to read the offense and find that key interception that eventually led for Roncalli to be able to get the ball back.
Donahue handles top side. Over to Lynch, near sideline in front of the Roncalli bench. Felmuth in the left corner. Drives on Tracy. In the lane, falling away. Missed the 8-footer. Tracy with a rebound in traffic. He brings it up the other way. Down the right side, skids to a stop in the paint. Out to Gary. Bounce to Stone, cutting the lane. Finds Red for a spot up three. That's long. Fight for the rebound, and Lauk, he holds Smith away with one hand and grabs the rebound with the other. Leffler got knocked to the floor by Tracy, but he's back up on the floor, on his feet rather, and then Gary fouls Felmuth. Boy, Leffler grabbed at his ankle for a second there, and you were worried that he wasn't going to get back up, but he popped up quickly.
It was a bit nerve-wracking, and he came up a bit slow and still seems to be hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, and he'll come out, Leffler, replaced by Babb. Kegris is back in for Felmuth, and Price is back in, number 32 for Decatur Central. Foul on Gary, his third, team's first. Donahue. Lauk wants in the block. Donahue crosses Stone up. He falls down, but Donahue missed the shot. Smith taps the rebound off the inline, and it stays with Roncalli. 26-13. Leffler behind the Roncalli bench, walking off that ankle tweak. Babb got free for a 12-footer in the lane, and he cans it. Matthew Babb with 4 off the bench, his first game this season coming off the bench, and he's been effective in his time on the floor.
Good shot by Babb there. Those are the type of shots that you want to get, and there are definitely opportunities to continue to get those.
Stone drives, leaves it for Price. It fumbles off his hands right to Smith. Lauk dares Smith to shoot the three. Instead, he backs him down and picks up his dribble in the paint to Tracy curling. Fall away long two is off the front of the rim, and Lauk secures the rebound. Outlet ahead to Lynch. Kegris calling for it across the floor. Now Kegris comes to get it out between the circles. Over to Donahue, fakes a three on Stone, into the lane to Babb. Back to Donahue. Lauk wants it in the block. Smith fronting. Lauk with a tough catch in the block, now feels his way. Backing, turning, shooting, scoring. Oh my, you just can't move him off the block. Once he gets down there, you can't move him.
So strong in the paint, so strong in the paint.
Trevor with 6, and the lead is 17. 30-13, 3:15 to go. Gary, 3:15 to go in the third, I should say. Smith drives on Lauk. Trevor held his ground, but stuck a hand in, I think. And Lauk called for the foul, his third, team's third. Casey Berry, the freshman, checks in. Very high on this kid. Get your attention when you see a freshman, Connor, on the roster who does not play a second of JV time.
It's something surprising for almost all sports as well, and to see when you have freshmen like that, you gotta say that eventually, once they get into their upperclassmen years, that they could be a game changer.
Well, they've Roncalli forced Smith under the bucket to miss the shot, and then the other way, Kegris tried to force a pass ahead of the floor. The shot's blocked, though. Tracy's blocked at the rim. Leaking out is Donahue. Lynch finds him, and Donahue lanes it in. And now Tracy's shaken up under the bucket as the lead is now 19. Javon Tracy is shaken up, and John Ashworth wants time. 32-13, 2:37 to go, third quarter. We'll go ahead and step out for 30 seconds on this full timeout and come right back. It's Roncalli basketball on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Marian University wants to know what.
Do life, not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
Roncalli leading Decatur Central, keeping an eye on the girls' game down at Martinsville, and Roncalli's girls leading 72-61 with under 3 to go. That'd be the best win of the season in terms of beating a quality team. Martinsville was in the top 20 in the computer rankings statewide, and to beat a team with that kind of record on their floor, it would be huge.
Anytime to beat a team, like you just said, on their floor is something great for confidence-wise, and they're a very good team to beat, and be a great start for the Royals, as we can call now.
Red misses a 3 out of the timeout for Decatur Central. Roncalli rebounds. Lynch down the baseline. He's in a double team and gets it back out on the dribble. Finds Kegris. He's in the lane. Floater up short. Tapped at the rebound but couldn't get it, and it's off the inline back to Decatur Central. Michael Hegwood's returned for Roncalli, and Caden Gore steps in, replacing Lynch. Now, Roncalli's girls have already hit, I believe they're closing in. The season high for points in the game is 76 this year, and sitting on 74 with 2:20 to go. Red at the top of the circle. Good to see Tracy stay in the game after that timeout. He tweaked his ankle, but he's in the game, stays in the game for Decatur Central. I don't think he's come out of the game yet. In the lane, Barry drives on Kegris. Errant pass stolen away by Babb. Finds Hegwood. He leaves for Gore. 1:43 left in the third. Donahue. Over to Gore. Faked a 3. Now Caden leaves it for Donahue out front. Babb deep post on Tracy. Fouled at the rim and shoots 2. We don't see Matthew Babb get too many post-ups, but he recognized that he had the smaller Tracy on him. And to his credit, he went right to the front of the rim and called for the ball.
It's important for Roncalli to be able to get into the paint, and we've seen that happen the entire game today. And being able to get Babb going in the paint and Donahue able to find that pass is something that, to remember to stay smart about it and realize you have the mismatch in the paint, go ahead and attack it.
Luke Aller back in for Donahue. Babb's second free throw rolls off. He missed them both. Foul on Tracy was his second. Inside 90 seconds to go, third quarter. Roncalli up 19. Tracy stop and go down the baseline. Pass deflects to Red, and he flips it up and in. Red has both field goals for Decatur Central in this quarter, and it's 32-15. Gore, double teamed in backcourt, has to get it over the timeline. It's knocked free. Michael Wantz calls time, but not in time. Wait a second here, hang on a second. Ken Washam has a 10-second violation on Roncalli, but Michael Wantz stood up and called timeout, so I think Kevin Millam, the trail official, is going to give Michael Wantz the timeout, and he will. Full timeout. John Ashworth can't believe it, but that's kind of how things have gone for Decatur Central here this afternoon. 32-15 the score. We'll go ahead and take another full timeout of 30 seconds. Our sponsors appreciate it. We'll be back.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Care.com.
Rob Brown, Connor Mahoney back with you. Central St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Royals leading the Hawks 32-15. 76-64 the score down in Martinsville. Roncalli's girls continuing to lead. They've never trailed today. Roncalli ball out of the timeout. Caden Gore rather at the point, excuse me. Look for Kegris on the back cut. It was there, but the pass a little ahead of Kegris and off the end line. Boy, it was there. Pass was delivered just a shade early.
It was a good idea by Roncalli there to find that backdoor cut, but unfortunately just unable to execute.
And the Royals have gotten a couple baskets today on that same exact play. Red, who has 4 points in the quarter, in the corner to Jamal Thomas, number 11, who's into the game for the first time. Tracy's on the bench for the first time today. Price, foul line jumper, rolls off the rim. Nice block out by Babb to clear it away. Leaves it for Aller. And he takes it across the timeline with 22 seconds to go. Got bumped from behind. It rolls right to Babb, however. Michael Wantz has one shot with 18 seconds left in the quarter. Gore holds it. Gives to Babb, top of the circle with 9. Babb shovels to Kegris in the corner. Kegris falling away. Jumper is short. Rebound grab by Price. There's time. Barry looks at the clock. All the way, lost the handle, missed the layup. And now do it. So Roncalli outscores Decatur Central in a low-scoring quarter, 8-5. And as a result, it's a 17-point, 32-15 Roncalli lead as we head to the final 8 minutes. Stay tuned. It's next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Hi, folks.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do...
And indeed it is. Red drives on Trevor Lauk, who's back into the game, fading and shooting. His 10-footer rolls off the rim, rebounded by Aller. Good to see Aiden Leffler back in the game. He tweaked an ankle in the third quarter. Deep post catch by Lauk. Waits for the traffic to clear, back out to Lynch. Carson down the lane, twisting shot off the bottom of the backboard is missed, but he drew a foul on the way and shoots 2.
Lynch continued to use his speed again, get inside the paint and got a hard foul on him as well.
Fouls on Red, his second, team's third. Roncalli is 5 of 8 from the line this afternoon. First one up again. Carson, an 84%er. And you talked about it in the pregame, Connor, about free throw shooting, and it's been an issue for Roncalli. And the two guys that shoot the most free throws, Donahue and Lynch, they're number 1 and 2 in attempts. They're both north of 80%, so you wouldn't expect that when the guys that shoot the 2 most are shooting 80-plus %. Lynch hits them both, 34-15 the score. Red on the wing. Stevens got in deep. Gives it out to Red for a 3 over Lauk's hand. It's short. Loose ball is picked up by Lauk on the floor. Make that Thomas, number 11 in the game. 34-15. Lynch bounce to Leffler at the elbow. Floats it to Lauk. He gives to Lynch. Now Aller pops out top of the circle. Had it knocked free, got it back. Gives to Donahue on the wing. Lauk wants it in the post. They didn't find the passing angle. Lynch tries a rare three. Off the rim. Lauk one-hands the rebound. He waits. He's fouled. Boy, I heard that all the way up here.
Trevor Lauk continuing to polarize in the paint at the moment and continues just to use his size to his advantage.
Barry's foul, his first and the team's fourth. Lauk shoots two. First one off the rim. May have to go back and watch this game later on tonight and start counting the stat as to how many times Trevor Lauk grabs a rebound with one hand. He's got at least 3 rebounds today, Connor, and he missed the second free throw short. And a foul on the rebound on Donahue. His first, team's fourth. I think Lauk has at least 3 rebounds today where he's grabbed the rebound with one arm and held somebody off with the other.
Maybe football comes into play with that. Not completely sure, but
no question.
I mean, it definitely has been fantastic on the board.
Thomas drives on Donahue, missed the layup off the bottom of the board, and Lauk has another rebound.
Who else is going to get the rebound?
Looking for somebody to outlet and finds Lynch. He's double-teamed in the backcourt, needs help. Gets to Lauk at the timeline, is poked away from behind by Price. Barry, pass across the paint to Stevens. He fakes and waits for Lauk to go by and lays it in. Make that Thomas, beg your pardon. Number 11, Thomas, the late addition. He played in the JV game. Pass knocked out of bounds by Decatur Central into the scorer's table. Stays with Roncalli. Felmuth's back in for Aller. 34-17 the score. 30-second timeout called by Roncalli, so we'll stay here. Connor just handed me a note that the Roncalli girls winning this afternoon. Huge win at Martinsville, 77-66. Roncalli never trailed, and as a result, Roncalli improves to 14-4, setting up a huge game on Wednesday night against Bishop Chatard. Both teams tied at 3-0 atop the conference. Essentially, that game will be for the conference championship on Wednesday night, and Chatard will come into that game with all sorts of confidence, having won the city tournament for the first time in over 25 years, beating Heritage Christian last night.
Going to be a fantastic game to watch. Going to be, would assume, fast-paced and a lot of scoring, for especially with the Roncalli Royals team putting up 77 points.
Season high 77 today. Roncalli ball out of the timeout. Roncalli has his starting 5 on the floor. Felmuth at the right arc. Lauk wants it in the post. Bear make that Dyson. Reached around a little too aggressively to deny that entry pass and commits the foul, his first. And the team's fifth. 5:55 left. Lynch, baseline right, looking. Has to get it in and does to Donahue. Donahue drives, leaves for Leffler. Open for 3. Off the rim. That looked like it was on line, and we've got a foul under the bucket on Roncalli. Let's see what Kenny Washam has. He has it on Lauk on a hook. Trevor's 4th and the team's 5th. Matthew Babb trying to get back into the game and does. Lauk has a seat. Well, Trevor's going to get, Connor, especially if he starts, he's going to get 1 or 2 fouls a game where he puts his body into somebody and they just go flying because he's so much stronger than everybody else.
Yeah, it's something that's going to continue to happen to him all throughout his career here playing basketball, and it's just how the game goes, unfortunately, for him. But it just means that as he grows and gets older, and hopefully he can learn to limit that amount of times that they call those fouls and continue to use his size in a smart way.
Tracy drew a foul on Donahue and then finds Price on a nice catch and cut, and Leffler grabs the rebound. Boy, Price had him in a headlock and they didn't call anything. Felmuth's double team, gives to Leffler, and Leffler feeds Babb. Now Felmuth in the lane, Donahue in the corner, all day to measure a 3. In and out. Boy, that was on line and popped out. Comes Barry on the run, and Lynch knocked it off the inline, stuck a hand in and poked it free.
Starting to see a little bit more physicality in this game in that last couple possessions.
Game getting a little disorganized at both ends here the last couple times down. Price into Tracy on the catch. He's fouled by Lynch. Non-shooting foul, but Roncalli's over the limit. Lynch's second foul, team 7. Tracy shoots a 1-1. 1-1 for Javon Tracy. He's not scored here in the second half. Team's leading scorer at 19.5 coming in. He has 8 today. Free throw up, good.
Kind of an indication of how well Roncalli's done defensively in this game.
34-18 the score, 5:03 left. Roncalli up 16, is led by as much as 19. One more for Javon Tracy, the junior. Up and off the rim, rebound. We've got a foul where? Oh my gosh, Matthew Babb called for the foul. He was tangled up with Keelan Dyson. So Babb's foul, his first. Are they called that on Leffler? I thought they called that on Babb. Foul on Leffler, his second, team 8. So Dyson shoots a 1-1. He's a 50%er on the year. Free throw is hard off the back of the rim, and Babb has the rebound. 34-18. Inside 5 minutes to go. Lynch over to Babb. Bounce to Felmuth. Decatur Central trapping. Babb cuts back door. He's by himself. He couldn't believe how open he was on the pick and roll, and Babb lays it in. He's got 6.
I was just about to comment on that. When he got that ball, he seemed to just kind of look around and say, oh, I'm wide open.
He power dribbled and waited for the contact, and there wasn't a blue shirt within 10 feet. Runner in the lane is missed by Berry and rebounded by Babb. Lynch takes it up the sideline, spins through pressure, crosses over 2 defenders at the rim, draws a foul, and shoots 2. Oh my. He shook Keelan Dyson down to the socks and drew a foul in the paint on Thomas, his first. Team 6. 2-shot shooting foul for Lynch with 4:21 to go. Lynch, first one up, and it rolls off. So Roncalli, 2 out of 5 here in the quarter from the foul line, 7 of 13 for the game. One more for Carson. That one is good. He has 5 points in the ball game. Back to a 19-point lead, 37-18. Tracy picked up his dribble. Left side, Thomas. Price thought about a pass inside, instead gives to Berry. In the corner, Dyson tries a 3. That's no good. Donahue rebounds. Leaking out is Leffler. Pass ahead. Leffler catches, fakes, waits. Defender slides by, and Leffler lays it in.
Great lead pass there by Donahue and a fantastic finish by Leffler.
Berry misses the shot, contested at the rim by Babb, rebounded by Leffler. Donahue leaked out. Now he's got it in the corner. Waits into the lane. Takes it back out. 3:38 to go. Now Donahue down the lane. Sidesteps the defense, puts it up and in. No resistance at the lane. And Donahue has 16. The lead is 23, 41-18.
Donahue did a great job there of not giving in and going to what Decatur tried to enforce an offensive foul on Donahue there, but he read the play and realized I just need to sidestep over to the other way and was able to get the layup.
Thomas tries a left side 3. That's off the rim. Rebound tracked down by Felmuth in the corner. Pass is stolen by Tracy. He doesn't have a dribble. Now he gets to Berry down the baseline. He runs over Babb. Offensive foul. Babb stood in and took the hit. And Berry takes the foul, his second, and the team's 7th. Non-shooting situation, however. Kegris and Aller step in for Roncalli. And Lynch and Felmuth check out. Donahue stays on, as does Leffler and Babb. 3:01 to go here in this one. Roncalli leads 41-18. Kegris is trapped in the backcourt, finds Leffler, have to get it over the timeline and do. Donahue under the bucket to Babb. He's by himself. He fakes, he waits, he lays it in. Matthew Babb with 8 points off the bench.
Donahue and Babb specifically in this fourth quarter, have continued to have a bit of chemistry and combination play that I'd love to see.
2.5 minutes to go. It's 43-18. Gary fakes a jumper, now puts up a contested 10-footer that spins out and rebounded by Babb. Where Decatur Central cannot buy a shot right now.
Decatur seems to want to apply this full court press, but in the end,
and Aller throws a lob to Donahue at the rim, and he lays it in. Michael Watts calls timeout just to get the substitutes in. It's 45-18 with 2:12 to go. This is an 11-0 run. Caden Gore is back in, as is Michael Hegwood. Nolan Tunney is also in, the 6'3 sophomore. I guess only 11 players were available. Mole went through the layup line pregame but did not dress. So all 11 players available for Roncalli have played. Tracy draws a foul in the lane. Aller's foul, his first. Shooting foul. Tracy goes to the line and shoots 2. 1:59 to go. 45-18. Tracy hits the first free throw. Only one time in Roncalli history has an opponent failed to score 20 points. And that holds up as Tracy hits them both. It's 45-20. Inside, 2 minutes to go. Gore, Tunney, Aller, Kegris, and Hegwood, the 5 on the floor. Gore finds Tunney. Now it's a 3-on-1 on the backside. Tunney pull up in the paint, missed it short, got his own rebound. He's tied up by Thomas, and the arrow stays with Roncalli. Actually, Mole is available. I take that back. Did not see Mole over there on the bench, and now he steps in. Alex Mole into the game. Missed 5 games. Missed 5 games. He was unavailable. Good to see Alex Mole back into the game. On the floor, I should say. Linden's back in, and Tracy checks out with a season-low 11 points. What a great job Roncalli did on him defensively. Gore inbounding, has to get it in, and does, out to Kegris at the arc. Both teams are over the foul limit. Kegris with Barry up tight, over to Gore.
Is that the first time Tracy's been out of the game?
He did not play the final 60 seconds of the third quarter.
Okay.
Hegwood got in the lane, he fakes, waits, missed the shot at the rim. And it's rebounded by Diallo, who's back into the game. 45-20. Thomas in the corner. 3 on the way is long. Rebounded by Kegris.
Decatur
Gore
can't seem to buy a shot at this point.
They cannot buy anything. Kegris holds with 1:10 to go. Played tightly by Linden. Back out to Gore. Roncalli working around the horn. Maul has it. Tunney takes the dribble back out. Working on Diallo. Gives to Hegwood. Inside, a minute to go. Tunney down the lane on Diallo. Diallo stole it away, but he stepped on the baseline as he tried to gather himself back up the floor. Stays with Roncalli. 45-20. 46 and 3/10 left. Gore in the corner. Maul tries a 3. Bang! He got it! His first varsity points. And Maul, his first action in 3+ weeks. He drains a 3, and it's 48-20. At the rim, shot missed by Thomas, but a foul called. Gore takes the foul, his first and the team's 9th. Thomas fouled in the act, shoots 2. With 29 and 9/10 to go. 48-20. It's been a 16-point quarter for Roncalli. Thomas misses the first free throw. Boy, John Ashworth has to wonder. Nothing has gone right for Decatur offensively today. Give some credit to Roncalli's defense as well.
Defense for Roncalli today has been phenomenal, but it's something that Decatur's going to want to fix soon in these upcoming games for them as well. 48-20.
Tunney has it stolen, but Thomas can't save it. Stepped on the baseline, tried to throw it back in play. 28-0. Or 28 seconds, excuse me. 48-21 the score. Tunney has to get it in, and does to Maul. He saves to Tunney. Now Tunney into the forecourt. Michael Wantz says, let's hold it. Kegris, he's wrapped up and fouled by Barry with 22 and 2/10 to go. Both teams over the limit. Barry's foul, his 3rd. Kegris shoots a 1-1 for Luke. Luke Kegris, the left-handed sophomore, tees up the 1-1. First one on the way, good. First point for Luke this afternoon. He also played in the JV game. 49-21. Second one up. That one's good. 50-21. 22 seconds to go. Gary's out there, played by Tunney. Diallo crossing up on Maul to the bucket, throws it over the rim, rebounded by Kegris. And Kegris trying to get it up the floor. Roncalli has to get it over the timeline, and Mole does. Gore holds and waits for the horn. So Roncalli gets it done on the defensive end today, holding Decatur Central to the second fewest points by a Roncalli opponent in 52 years. Our final score here at the Vinny. This afternoon, Roncalli beats Decatur Central by the score of 50-21. Stay tuned. We'll step out for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have all the particulars on this afternoon's Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame show. It's next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Schedule online anytime. Getting an appointment with Ascension Care teams at St. Vincent just got easier with online scheduling. Now you don't have to break away from your day to book the care you need when and where you need it. No matter where you are or what you're up to, whether you're a new patient or if you've been here before, just pick the appointment that works for you. Schedule online anytime at getstvvincentcare.com.
McDonald's proudly introduces the new fresh beef quarter pounder burgers. Each one of our quarter pounder with cheese, double quarter pounder with cheese, and signature crafted recipe burgers is made with 100% fresh beef from North America and cooked right when you order it. It's hotter, juicier, and full of flavor. So good, they'll have you speechless. Visit us today across from the Greenwood Park Mall or at 7911 US 31 South, just north of Stop 11.
Steve's Flowers and Gifts is your family-owned Indianapolis and Greenwood florist. Our mission is to establish and maintain the highest level of floral value and customer service at comfortable consumer prices. For the best and freshest flowers in Indianapolis and surrounding areas, Steve's Flowers and Gifts has exactly what you're looking for. Check out our wide selection of flower arrangements to make your next occasion memorable. Call 317-787-3431 or visit us at 3150 East Thompson Road. Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Connor Mahoney back with you on the Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show. Roncalli Royals victorious this afternoon on the home floor, 50-21 over Decatur Central. Before we get to, let's talk about how the game unfolded. Roncalli never trailed this afternoon, led 5-0 to start the game, and then led 15-7 at the end of one, closed on a 6-0 run the first quarter. Second quarter, Roncalli held Decatur Central to just a lone field goal. It was a three-pointer by Javon Tracy, and the Hawks were scoreless over the final 5:24 of the half. Roncalli outscoring Decatur Central 9-3 in the period, led 24-10 at the break in the third quarter. Roncalli continuing to pull away, led by 19 at one point, led 32-15 after three. It was an 8-5 Roncalli advantage in the third. Then in the fourth, Roncalli pouring it on. Had its highest scoring quarter of the day, 18. Outscored the Hawks 18-6. And the biggest lead of the day was the final lead, 29 points. 50-21, the final score. With the win, Roncalli not only got back in the win column, snapped its two-game losing streak, but Roncalli snapped a 5-game streak to Decatur Central. First win for Roncalli against the Hawks in almost 7 years, since February of 2014. Anthony Donahue led Roncalli with 18 points. Javon Tracy with 11, a season low 11 for Decatur Central. And Decatur Central scoring 21 points. That's far and away an opponent's season low. It's the second lowest point total Roncalli has allowed in program history, and we're talking over 1,100 games and 52 seasons. The only thing that topped it was an 18-point effort by Oldenburg back on December 22nd, 2001. So this is the fewest points ever allowed, Connor, by a Michael Wantz coach team. And the story of today begins and ends with Roncalli's defense.
I think that definitely this defense showed just how strong this Roncalli team can be, and being able to hold a team to just those 21 points is something that is very difficult to do, and even in high school it's something that most varsity teams struggle to ever achieve this feat.
So Roncalli wins this afternoon, 50-21 over Decatur Central. They even its record at 5-5. Decatur Central falls to 4-5. We're going to take our first and only break here on the postgame show. When we come back, we'll run down today's totals. Connor has those. We will have an interview with head coach Michael Wantz. We'll hand out our player of the game, and we'll run down what will be a busy broadcast schedule next week. All that coming up in 60 seconds on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Do things others think are impossible, but for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
COVID won't kill
I'm
me.
24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill
It's
me.
been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill
I don't
me.
need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Rob Brown, Connor Mahoney back for the final time on the Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show. Roncalli victorious this afternoon over Decatur Central in boys basketball. Our final score, 50-21. Let's take a look at today's final totals. Connor has those.
Starting with Decatur, Tracy had 11 points. Stone had 1 point. Price had 2 points. Red had 4 points. And Thomas had 3 points. Decatur hit 2 3-pointers and went 5 of 9 from the free throw line. And for the Roncalli Royals, Anthony Donahue led all scorers with 18 points. Lynch had 5 points. Felmuth had 4 points. Leffler had 4 points. Mole had 3 points. Babb had 8 points. Kegris had 2 points. And Lauk had 6 points. Roncalli went 10 of 16 from the free throw line while hitting 2 3-pointers.
That adds up to a 50-21 win over Decatur Central. We're pleased now to be joined by the head coach, Michael Wantz. Balanced, Coach, we're going to talk about defense here in a second because that clearly was the story of the day. But we were talking at halftime, Connor and I were, about the offense of your team. And 24 points at the half doesn't seem like a lot, but I would say that 24 points was more due to the patience that your team had, searching for quality shots versus any kind of inefficiencies. I don't know what you saw in that first half.
Yeah, no, I thought we did a nice job with that. I thought we cut them up. I thought we used their pressure against them a little bit. You know, as you know, Trevor got his first start. That always is, nice to be able to throw it into a really big guy down there as well. So all the areas kind of worked together and complemented each other tonight.
Well, we talk about defense, and Connor and I already hit on the fact that that's the fewest points, the second fewest points allowed in program history, and the lowest allowed since you've been the coach here in your 19 seasons. But you talked in the pregame show about how the defensive efforts and focus were on Javon Tracy and Brandon Smith. Those two guys came in averaging to combine almost 34 points a game, and you held them to 11. Smith did not score today. What did you see from your team defensively?
Well, Yes, those definitely were the focus, and we wanted to get them combined less than 30. We did that. It was a team effort. We had, Brandon Smith's down there on the block. Trevor's fighting around, and maybe Anthony's got help side so they can't lob it over. And then we have pretty good ball pressure on the feeder. So it's a team effort. I was also ecstatic with our rebounding. Teams like this, so if you struggle to score, maybe you do a couple things. Maybe you press to try and turn a team over, or maybe you try and get a bunch of offensive rebounds. And I thought we rebounded our tails off.
Continuing on that defensive end, I know we've talked about that a lot, but you can see with most teams, and a lot of times being able to hold them off to 21 points is fantastic, but you're able to keep them from having any kind of large run against you. And especially coming out of each quarter, you would expect the team that struggled to come out strong, but you guys continued to set that intensity and tone.
Yeah, I would agree. Third and fourth quarter, we talked at halftime and about probably Coach Ashworth maybe talking about bringing the pressure a little bit, and they did a little bit. I thought we did okay. We'll look at it on film, but taking care of the ball, getting good shots, just a good team win. We needed that.
Well, we'll catch up with you next week. Appreciate you taking a few minutes for us, Coach. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
All right, guys. Thank you.
That's Roncalli head coach Michael Wantz. We appreciate him spending some time with us here on the post-game show. Time now to turn our attention to our player of the game, brought to us by Ortho Indy. A couple different ways we could go there. We talked about it during the break, but I know, Connor, you really liked the patience that Anthony Donahue showed today and not trying to force shots, but to get his 18 points.
Yeah, especially to get – so we obviously with those 18 points, it was super important, but the way he stayed patient and smart and waited for the defender to make his move, he read the defense and was able to find the best opportunity and the best shot possible for himself.
So Anthony Donahue, the senior, and we should also mention with those 18 points, he moved past Bryson Meek and class of 18 into 19th place on the program career scoring list. Now finishes today with 651 career points and counting. So Anthony Donahue, the 6'2 senior with a game-high 18, he is today's Ortho Indy star of the game.
At Ortho Indy, their mission is to provide the highest quality, comprehensive bone, joint, spine, and muscle care to patients throughout the Midwest, the United States, and around the world. From diagnosis through recovery, their team is ready to get you back in action. Choose Ortho Indy to be your official orthopedic provider.
Well, we update the records. Decatur Central drops to 4-5, drops to second in a row and fourth out of 5. Hawks will be back in action at Franklin next week. Talking with head coach John Ashworth before the game, we mentioned that the Hawks were on pause due to COVID from December the 2nd until the 21st. And as I was talking with Coach Ashworth, and I said, were you able to get all of those games that you lost rescheduled? He said, yes. The bad news is how compressed the schedule is. So Decatur Central starting with today's game, in the next 8 days play 5 games. They've had today's game, and they'll play 4 next week. So they are going to be pretty jammed up here, and they'll start that with the game on Tuesday night at Franklin. With the loss, the Hawks dropped to 0-2 on the road. Meanwhile, Roncalli evens its record at 5-5, 3-2 here on the home court. Roncalli will next be back in action here on Friday night against New Pal. We'll talk more about that here in a moment. Roncalli with the win and gets its first win over Decatur Central in 7 years. Hawks still lead the all-time series, though, despite the win today by Roncalli, 5-3. So let's look at the broadcast schedule next week. Huge girls game on Wednesday against Bishop Chatard. Roncalli's girls coming off the strong win over Martinsville earlier this afternoon on the road. We'll have that game for you. Dan Bauer will be alongside for that one on Wednesday. 7:15 our pregame, 7:30 the tip time. You can watch that game on the RoncalliMediaNetwork.com or on the school YouTube feed. You can listen to that game over the air in Central Indiana on CBS Sports 1430, and you can listen to that game also on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com. And then the boys, 2 big games next week. 2 very good 4A teams coming on the schedule next week. New Pal will be here next Friday, and New Pal heading into today's action, 7-3. The game at Mooresville on tonight, and then a trip down to Center Grove, where Roncalli historically has not played well, and Center Grove is a good team. That'll be Saturday night. So 2 big games for this boys team next week, Connor, starting with that game here against New Pal on Friday night. You'll be alongside for that one, and look forward to that one. So, while Roncalli should feel very good about itself after the way they played today, there's really no time to rest on the laurels because two very good teams are lurking next week.
It's two very, very good teams, as you said, and any time you can get a win like this, and especially defensive-wise, like we always talked about here, and that's something that you hope that Roncalli can take into this game against New Pal, and then you're always going to play a good Center Grove team. So that's something that if Roncalli can pull off something there, that'd be fantastic.
Well, we look forward to another busy broadcast week next week. We hope you can join us, and we appreciate you spending part of your day with us to join us for this broadcast. Today's broadcast has been a production of the Roncalli Media Network. The executive producer is Gary Armbruster. Our supervising producer is Stefan Welsh. Our director today on the video side, great to have him with us, Justin Brown, and always great to have Hannah Taylor with us as well. She was on the cameras today. For my partners, Connor Mahoney, I'm Rob Brown. Our final today from the Vinny. Roncalli's boys team evens its record with a 50-21 win over Decatur Central. Until we talk to you next time, on behalf of our entire Roncalli Media Network crew, it's been Rob Brown saying so long, everybody.